Most people aren't trapped by the economy. They aren't trapped by their upbringing. They're trapped by something far more powerful, their own mind. Every day, people wake up, go to work, grind, struggle, and hope something will finally change. But nothing does. Not because they lack potential, not because they lack intelligence, but because they're caught in invisible mental loops, subconscious traps that keep them broke even when opportunities surround them. This is why most people stay broke, not financially, but mentally. The trap of linear thinking. From childhood, we're trained to think in straight lines. Go to school, get good grades, find a job, work hard, retire. But wealth doesn't grow in straight lines. It grows through multiplication, through leverage, systems, ideas, and skills that compound. Most people believe money should grow the same way hours do. 1 hour equals 1 paycheck. Another hour equals another paycheck. Meanwhile, wealth grows in curves. It accelerates, it multiplies, it builds momentum. The broke mindset asks, how much does this job pay per hour? The wealthy mindset asks, how far can this idea scale? How do I multiply my effort? The first mindset trades time for money. The second mindset creates money without time. That difference creates entirely different lives. The trap of short-term comfort. People don't choose long-term struggle on purpose. They choose short-term comfort over and over again until the long-term cost becomes inevitable. They stay in familiar jobs even when they hate them. They avoid learning new skills. They put off investing. They buy things they don't need. Not because it's wise, but because it feels good in the moment. Short-term comfort is the biggest thief of long-term wealth. If your daily decisions are built around what feels good now, your future will feel much worse later. Long-term wealth is built by people who can resist the lure of instant gratification. People who can choose the uncomfortable path today so that tomorrow becomes easier. The trap of financial fatalism. One of the most destructive beliefs a person can have is the idea that their financial life is predetermined, that their background limits them, that their income is fixed, that people like them don't get ahead. This is financial fatalism, the belief that nothing you do will change your situation. And it kills ambition, it kills curiosity, it kills effort. When you believe you're powerless, you stop trying, you stop learning, you stop taking risks, you stop exploring opportunities. The world doesn't need you to become wealthy. It only needs you to keep working, keep buying, keep paying, and accept the life you're given. The prison isn't external, it's inside your belief system. The trap of identity loyalty. You inherit more than your appearance. You inherit mindsets. You inherit the beliefs of your family, your community, your environment, and those beliefs become part of your identity, even when they limit you. If you grew up hearing things like, money changes people, people like us don't make that kind of money. Be grateful for what you have. Don't try to be better than others. Then wealth can feel like a betrayal of the people who stayed the same, a betrayal of the life you grew up in, a betrayal of the version of you that never expected more. This is identity loyalty. Staying broke because becoming wealthy feels like becoming someone you're not allowed to be. But evolution is not betrayal, it's growth. Your identity isn't a cage, it's a starting point. The trap of risk mismanagement. Most people don't avoid risk, they simply take the wrong ones. They gamble on lottery tickets. They impulse buy things that lose value instantly. They take on credit card debt. They chase get-rich-quick schemes. But they avoid the risks that actually build wealth. They fear investing in skills. They fear starting small businesses. They fear long-term investments. They fear looking foolish. They fear failing publicly. The irony is simple. Playing it safe is now the riskiest financial strategy. Inflation punishes you. Automation replaces you. Comfort zones shrink around you. The world is changing fast, but most people's financial decisions are stuck decades in the past. The trap of emotional spending. Most financial problems don't come from math. They come from emotions. People spend to feel better, to feel important, validated, distracted, or relieved. Shopping becomes a coping mechanism, a momentary escape, a temporary mood boost. But emotional purchases grow into financial patterns, and those patterns become cycles. Debt becomes normal. Paycheck to paycheck becomes normal. Stress becomes normal. Once your emotions control your spending, your emotions will control your entire financial life. Wealth requires emotional discipline, the ability to separate how you feel from what you do with your money. The trap of environment. You become the average of the people around you, not because of their wealth, but because of their mindset. If you're surrounded by people who say, life's always hard, just be grateful, it's too late to change. No one gets ahead anymore. That's unrealistic. You're dreaming too big. You will eventually adopt those beliefs, not because you want to, but because humans naturally mimic their environment. Environment is stronger than willpower. If you want to change your life, you often need to change your surroundings first. Standards rise when the people around you expect more. They fall when the people around you settle. Your environment is either your anchor or your launch pad. The trap of skill stagnation. Most people stop learning the moment they finish school. They get a job and repeat the same tasks for the next 20 years. But the marketplace doesn't reward routine, it rewards value. And value comes from skills, new skills, improved skills, specialized skills. If your income has stayed the same, your skill development has probably stayed the same too. The world evolves, technology evolves, opportunities evolve, but most people's abilities stay frozen in time. Your earning potential is directly tied to your learning potential. If one stops, the other stops too. The trap of external validation. Many people stay broke because they chase approval more than progress. They buy cars for status, clothes for admiration, trips for social media, phones for prestige. Validation becomes a monthly expense. Trying to look wealthy is the fastest way to stay poor. Real wealth is invisible. It happens behind the scenes. It grows quietly. It compounds silently. It doesn't need applause. It needs discipline. The moment you stop trying to impress people, your life begins to improve. The trap of the big break fantasy. Most people are waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right connection, the right level of confidence. They believe wealth comes from one big break, but wealth doesn't appear in a moment. It appears over time. It's built through small habits, small skills, and small decisions repeated thousands of times. People wait for their big break while ignoring the small steps that could change everything. You don't need a miracle. You need momentum. The trap of fear of judgment. People stay broke because they fear embarrassment more than they fear stagnation. They fear starting small. They fear being seen trying. They fear failing. They fear being judged. They fear being different. But here's the truth. You will be judged no matter what you do. If you struggle, you'll be judged. If you try to change, you'll be judged. If you succeed, you'll be judged. So you might as well choose the path that leads to a better life. If judgment is unavoidable, let it happen while you grow. The trap of no accountability. When no one expects more from you, you start expecting less from yourself. Without accountability, time slips away. Days blur, weeks pass, years disappear. People drift into financial survival mode, not because they're incapable, but because no one holds them to a higher standard. You don't need someone to lecture you, but you do need structure, goals, deadlines, consequences. Growth requires pressure, and without pressure, nothing changes. The trap of normalized mediocrity. Most people don't live intentionally. They live by imitation. They do what everyone else does, buy what everyone else buys, follow the same routines, accept the same expectations. Mediocrity feels normal simply because it's common. But common doesn't mean correct, and familiar doesn't mean fulfilling. Your life won't improve until your standards do. And your standards won't rise until you question the normal you've inherited.